Hi everyone, welcome back to Through Alchemy. So today's reading is going to be regarding what has your person realized about you and your connection. We have three piles from the left to right. The first one is blue calcite. The second one is howlite. And the third one is moss agate. Pause if you need a little bit longer. Pick the one which calls your name the most. And I'm going to begin with pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose the blue calcite, this is going to be your reading. So we have the card of lost compass, getting back to integrity. Number 35 reduces to 8. So already gives me an insight as to your person going through a karmic cycle. I feel like when I was just getting acquainted with your energies, I felt like your person is having a heart awakening, I would say. It's really just felt like, yeah, we have the sun in reverse. So the sun in reverse can talk about depression, or it can also, yeah, I think it would talk about depression or some major kind of hitting rock bottom. We have the hermit in reverse, king of swords in reverse, three of wands, three of cups in reverse, knight of pentacles, queen of swords, and the hierophant in reverse. So many major arcanas over here. We have the panther, okay, we have the panther spirit, struggle, truth in reverse, feminine energies. Chiron, reverse, Aries, house 2 as well. We have bully, shadow attribute, conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. We have companion, loyal, tenacity, unselfishness, monk, nun, negative judgment of the physical world. Don't let pride get in your way. What do you need to release? Look at the bigger picture. Step out of your comfort zone. Seek and throat chakra. Relationship patterns in reverse, it takes strength to recognize the need for change. Do something for someone, give your attention to another. It's a lot of clamming up over here. Spiritual connection. Graceful grand gesture in reverse. Heavenly mercy. Last year of Parvati, okay. Number 32. Alright, pile number 1. Heavy spread. Um, I feel like your person's energy is pretty heavy as of now because I feel really overwhelmed and tired. There's an energy of nausea, or I would say a lot of draining. It's like it's really draining. Something's draining me, is almost how I feel right now. I'm picking up on a lot of earthy energy, and I see that the moon cycle really affects your person, whether they're aware of it or not. I see that with the initial about what they have actually realized is that your person has a good grasp over the idea, or I would say the epiphany. I'm getting that your person has had an epiphany about something, and I'm not getting a wake up call. A wake up call and epiphany are two different things, right? So I feel like your person has had a realization, aka epiphany, which is literally that your person needs to embody a more feminine energy in this connection, regardless of their gender. Especially if this is a woman, she has realized that she needs to be more softer to you, and if this is a man, he realizes that he needs to embody a more feminine energy within himself, because it stems from a place where your person did not get nurtured in their childhood. So I feel like they have to understand how to give themselves that nurturance, right? Your person has to understand how to feed themselves with love. So I see that with the companion card and the truth in reverse, your person has struggled with digesting the fact that you are for them, and I feel like fairly enough, they don't even. I don't think that their conscious allows them to accept love on such a wide level. Your person sees you as somebody they have a really deep spiritual connection with the sun in reverse. Okay, I forgot about zodiac signs. We have Leo, Virgo, Taurus, Libra, Aquarius, Libra twice, I pick up on heavy Libra and Taurus over here. So that could be you, your person. And with the Panther spirit, we have more fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So I would say that your person on their headspace, because I feel like spirit is showing me the headspace. Um, your person is not happy with the way things are developing in this connection, and I feel like they have to have a deeper understanding about things as of now. And your person, whenever I see the sun in reverse, because there's always a child on the sun's card with the sun, it's a lot about your person healing father wounds. So, with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, this could have been someone who was heavily fixated on their money, and neglected your person. And it's not important that the nurturance needs to just come from the mother figure. It's important that you get nurtured from the father figure as well, right? So that also deprives you from having a balanced, masculine and feminine energies. So your person, because of lack of that structure, perhaps because the Hierophant in reverse can also explain lack of structure, with Hierophant in reverse and the King of Swords in reverse can also indicate a father figure that was verbally abusive. So your person has sort of understood how to just be very defensive, with the Panther spirit that is very, very prevalent over here. Step out of your comfort zone and struggle. I feel like struggle came in reverse. It's almost like your person has not been able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's like it's very difficult for your person, or it's just they're not acquainted, or it doesn't come natural to them to be soft to another person, especially when they're triggered or they sense an unsafe environment, right? And it's very normal for a lot of people, but it's almost like the way your person works is that when they feel threat, and this is a survival tactic, your person just knows how to portray themselves to be extremely, I would say, I'm getting the word violent. So it's almost like your person might not be, it's I get an analogy of your person being like all bark and no bite. Like this person would say thousands of things to you, but they wouldn't actually do any of them. And it's because your person just wants to create an air of terror, especially when they feel like their heart is not safe. So with the last year of Parvati, number 32 reduces to 5. 5 is a lot about change, right? So number 5, 32 reduces to 5. Yeah, so this is a lot about this card specifically with number 5 is almost like your person having to wrap their head around the fact that they can entertain the situation with you with a little bit more of a feminine approach towards you, regardless of their gender. They realize that they don't have to be so brutal with you, and they can deliver the same message with you without maybe getting aggressive towards you, right? So, with the throat chakra, number 5 again, in relationship patterns in reverse, it says it takes strength to recognize the need for change. And I feel like your person almost realizes that they are feeling sorry for their behavior whenever they behave like that. But again, I feel like what spirit wants me to deliver to you specifically is that you have to understand that there are certain ways that you behave that this person does not feel safe being around you. And again, I'm hearing from spirit, it takes two to tango. So I don't know which card this was, but its shadow attribute is negative judgment of the physical world, excess pitying. So maybe you have this demeanor which is a lot about, I'm getting victim consciousness. Okay, so for you, I'm hearing that you sort of make things a lot about yourself and your own difficulties, and I'm afraid if that's a little bit hurtful, but that's what I'm hearing from spirits. If that does not resonate to your guilty consciousness, um scratch it. But I'm hearing that your person gets defensive when it's all about you and how you're not able to cooperate or collaborate. I'm getting the word collaborate. So it's almost like you both have probably decided how to work upon this, or you both try to tackle the situation, but there's a lack of, I'm seeing repetitive patterns over here. But on your person's end, I definitely see that your person with the relationship patterns in reverse and the throat chakra is giving like your person is understanding things. Throat chakra is also related to clairaudience, so your person could also be getting familiar with their own spiritual gifts. I'm hearing discernment, so your person is, whether they realize this or not, I'm hearing that if your person is spiritually evolved and you know about that, your person is learning discernment between spirits and what they hear and what guidance they should take, with a house 2 and the bullying card. So now again, house 2 represents that aspect of our life where we feel secure and we feel valued as well. We feel like we're bringing value, but in this instance, I would say that your person has not felt appreciated by you in some shape or form. And now you would know that, because I feel like even though if you don't have an aggressive undertone to the way that you deliver your messages, you still have some shape or form where you make your person feel inadequate for the way they, I mean, the way they have been brought up. So it's almost like you know this person's trigger points and sometimes you provoke them. You know, it's almost like, you know, I'm hearing from spirit, you know this person long enough to know what bothers them, and you still keep repeating it. So it's almost like when you repeat that, it makes this person feel worthless, because it's like, it's almost giving the message that don't you care about me, like don't you care about what bothers me, right? Because your person is requiring more loyalty, tenacity, or unselfishness. And at this point, if whatever I said about your person feeling about you could also be replicated by the both of you, because I see heavy mirroring energy. So you both have been repeating some sort of pattern, and I feel like if your person has had an epiphany, even you have had an epiphany, and for most of you this would be a confirmation for what you've been feeling as your own guilty conscious about what you know that you've been doing. Because I feel like at this point, if you chose this pile, you're pretty self-aware about your own dysfunctional patterns. Okay, so I feel like you know what you've been doing and your person is also getting aware of it. But I feel, okay, I feel like spirit is putting the burden of pressure on you to initiate your healing as well, because it's a lot about you also stepping out of your comfort zone. Nevertheless, I see that somebody over here has a lot of pride. Now, since we're talking about your person, I'm just going to talk about your person in this case. Okay, um pride is not always when the other person feels, you know, superior than you. Pride is an emotion when the other person is feeling fearful of your reaction and they just don't want to show you that they're still um sensitized towards you, right? This person struggles with showing you their soft side because they feel like at some point you keep doing things or you would take advantage of them. Okay, there's some sort of fear that this person has that comes from this paternal figure, that this person cannot show you you know, the same sensitivity they share with other people. So this person is not completely this defensive with everyone in their life, is what I'm hearing. Okay, that's an understatement. So I'm hearing that this person has intimate relationships in their life, but when it comes to you, this person is not able to open up because there are certain things that you also do with this person. The King of Swords in reverse can talk about perhaps silent treatment. So maybe your person has voiced their opinion about certain things, and to get back at this person or some way, I'm hearing that either this person does that or you do this to this person, where either of you or both of you just go silent to create a little bit of chaos in the other person. It's almost like banging at a wall, and you know that this person or your person knows that you feel insecure. I feel like it's you. Sometimes you ghost this person and you expect them to chase you back. There's some sort of huge dysfunctional pattern that I'm picking up over here, which requires major change, because the spiritual connection card is not just about spiritual connection, yada yada yada. It literally means that this connection is requiring for you to level up, period. It's requiring for you, with the lost compass, get back to your integrity. This is requiring for you to find your way back to your truth, and your truth does not mean what's your exact point of view on the situation. Your truth means coming back to your own origin, coming back to your higher self. So at this point, both of you are operating out of a lower frequency in a way, because you both are feeling defensive and triggered. That's why I feel like the moon cycle is playing a huge role in this, because there's a lot of root chakra um symptoms coming through this full moon. So I feel like it's a lot about your own internal stability, right? And trying to go silent on the other person, or even chasing, is just a sign of either avoiding love, or feeling like you have to chase it. So that could be the attachment styles prevalent over here, either you or your person. Or there could be a disorganized pattern in your person as well. They could be a mix of avoidant and anxious as well. So I feel like there's something specific about communication, because you have the king and queen of swords, but over here the king is in reverse, which is giving me a lot about brutal words, or just completely going silent on the other person. So this could have been something that your person does, and your person realizes that this is not in alignment with their higher self. This is not something that they wish to do, but this is a trauma response, because they have learned it from their father figure. So if you do this, a good way to heal this would be to realize that it's almost like you do this to torture the other person, and you might not agree with me in the moment, but you do this with the other person because you want them to feel some kind of way. You want to create a sense of insecurity or loss within the other person, or this could be your person. Okay, I'm just going to explain what happens. It's almost like you go silent on the other person. You try to confuse the other person, and you know that it's going to bother them, right? That you completely just went MIA. And it's almost coming from a place where you want the other person to start asking you, start knocking on your door, like, do you care, and that gives you a validation that the other person cares. And you have learned this from your own parental figure. So if your person does that, your person realizes that they need to have more sensitivity. But for some reason, I feel like this is you, pile number one, that you do this with your person. And you particularly do this when you don't have correct answers, or you lack accountability perhaps. And I feel like with the grace of grand gesture over here, your person is also realizing that they have not had the courage to take a leap of faith in this connection, to actually proceed forward, and I'd say confess the depth of their feelings. So this could have been someone who has not confessed their feelings to you, or who has not let you know to the extent of it. Or if they have, it's almost like they show it to you in bits and pieces. They're not completely, the energy or the love frequency is not completely free flowing, because it flows and then it stops, because your person is still coming out of this phase of withholding their love. It's almost like, so I feel like a core wound that I see over here between the both of you is fear of being taken advantage of, right? So it's almost like the both of you just breadcrumb each other, give each other a little bit of love, and it's not frequent because you're scared of being taken advantage of. I feel like there is a wound that is definitely from your childhood that is being projected in this connection, which is a lot about, again, I feel like I'm repeating this, but it's important for somebody to grasp this over here. um because I feel like at first go you will not agree to this. For a few decent amount of people watching this pile will not agree with me, because it's something that you have not cognitively recognized where you learned that behavior from, because it's completely impossible for you to start behaving a way you haven't learned, right? So you picked up this defense mechanism from either of your parents. So this communication pattern needs to be healed, because this is not somebody that you are per se. You're not somebody who is actually fearful of showing love continuously. You do that because you have learned that from somebody, and it creates a sense of power within you. But this energy of lashing out, I almost feel like this comes from lack of nurturance within. So I feel like your person also realizes that, with the Aries card over here, I'm relating it with the Three of Cups in reverse. Again, this is a card which your person is realizing that they have to embody more emotional stability within, right? Three of Cups in reverse and the Hermit in reverse. I do not see a third party influence from outside, but I see somewhere where your person is nearly non-committal, and I think that this comes from a place where they know they are reckless to an extent. Your person could be flighty, and it's almost like they're still learning how to have a hold over themselves. It's like certain times, people that are non-committal feel sort of suffocated with that label, and it's almost like uh, the fact that things don't have a tag on it makes them feel good. So maybe you ask this person, I'm getting the word ultimatum. So spirit is telling me that ultimatum is also not, ultimatum is also not very high vibrational, because it's like this or that, and you're still sort of secreting a neediness, right? Either you choose me or I'll, like, it's or else, like, it's not high vibrational, it's out of fear. So you have to see that if you've been doing that to this person. It's almost like I'm hearing somebody over here doesn't even know, when they tell that person that, you can't do that for me, then it probably means that you don't love me. So there's a lot of projection, excuse me, there's a lot of projection through communication, which really talks about how you were made felt in your childhood. And I don't see this necessarily being about monetary support or something. I see that you both were, quote unquote, well fed, but I feel like you were deprived of your parents' love. Your parents did not know how to love. And it's not in a way to corner them out and make you feel like your parents are the bad guys over here and you should completely just put the blame on them, because I feel like after this reading you're going to try to rationalize why this relationship is not working and it's all your parents' fault. But you're pretty much, I'm pretty sure you're 18 above and you have a grasp over it, so you're an adult and you have to realize that you will find somebody to blame for your pain, either this person or your person, but later on you will, or your parents, but later on you realize that this blame game doesn't benefit you, if not anybody else in the world. And it's almost like you just have to heal, right? You have to take accountability for what you learned despite of where you took birth. So I feel like this is almost like something where spirit just wants to talk to you about, because this is a lot about a revelation that spirit is also trying to give to you. So I hope I don't get comments about why don't I hear a lot about my person, because spirit gets the message when it has to, all right? So don't shoot the messenger, please. I feel like now when we're taking a turn back to your person, I see that your person with the Chiron in reverse, and this is again mirrored, so this is very important for you as well. Do something for someone, give your attention. This is what I spoke about, right? That it's like a breakage. It's not a free flowing energy. It's like a pause and a stop. It's like a pause and a go. It's like a pause and a go. It's like you want to love this person, you don't want to love this person, and this is also your person. Okay, I'm really making sure that you understand that this is the both of you. I am not trying to be biased towards either sides. Okay, with the Chiron energy, this gives me an energy of Pluto. um I'm relating it with Pluto and Scorpio. Scorpio's ruled by the planet of Pluto. I'm picking up on Eight of Swords energy. So, Eight of Swords, if we relate with the Chiron, because Chiron is a completely different concept, okay? But I feel like Chiron is like a spiritual injury that you have, something that you carry in your soul. So, this pain that you're carrying is something that comes from the past life, and especially considering you have such a deep connection with 27, that reduces to 9, and 9 is ending of a cycle. When I see Chiron in reverse, I am feeling quite, I would say, I'm getting the word passionate, but I'm feeling quite, I'm getting the word encouraged again, but that's not the word. Established, no. I'm feeling quite motivated, yeah. So I feel like maybe you and your person, you, it could be the both of you, that you don't know how to express love without getting angry at each other, or especially this person. And somewhere their dysfunctional pattern is also expressing love through their anger. So I'm hearing this thing which I do agree and I do not support, but hear me out. I feel like your person is someone who expresses their love through their pain, and oftentimes pain is an underlying emotion under a lot of anger. So when your person is basically mad, what they're saying is that I just want to be loved by you, and they don't know how to say it because that has been their family pattern. So communication is a huge issue over here, especially direct communication. It's not something that your person purposely does, but it's something that they don't know how to articulate. They don't understand their feelings when they're so hurt, because that hurt is not coming from the things that you do. You're a catalyst. You're almost going to do things subconsciously that this person has already experienced in their past, and this person is going to do subconsciously things that you have experienced in your past, because this person is a perfect mirror. So they're going to purposely do these things that are guided. Don't be mistaken that this person is out for you. I'm just saying that their subconscious patterns are exactly what you need to be triggered. So somewhere around the line there needs to be a sort of a hold on your triggers so that you can move past projection, right? You can't keep doing this and expect that you will heal. So I feel like with the Chiron in reverse now, Eight of Swords in reverse, is this recognition in your person that they have these triggers. So your person is becoming aware of their family patterns is what I'm seeing, okay? And especially when we have the bullying card, bullying says conceals deep fears behind verbal and physical abuse. So this is what I'm talking to you about, right? If a person completely withholds communication, they're trying to create chaos in your head, right? They're trying to make you feel fearful or doubtful. And when you start doubting yourself, it's just reflective of the fact that you are taking somebody else's insecurities personally, right? So this is what you both are triggering within each other. It's almost like getting okay with the silence. And I do not promote it, okay? Don't take the message wrong. I'm not promoting the silent treatment, but I'm telling you that if somebody goes silent on you and you start considering, or you start thinking as to why I'm not worth a reply, or why I'm not worth the catering that I want from this person, it's a self-worth issue that comes up. So this could also be within your person when you go silent on this person and this person starts having really self-depreciating thoughts that I knew that they would just abandon me or they would just leave me. So this energy your person has to go within and understand. Considering we have the Hermit in reverse, I wouldn't jump the gun and say that your person has completely healed, or it's like the universe is breaking it down to this person, because these are really deep concepts, right? It's something that um you might have to hear it a couple of times to actually have a full grasp upon as to why people behave the way they do, and especially when they come from such narcissistic abuse, right? Because the Sun in reverse can talk about depression, but can also talk about a child who has always experienced narcissistic abuse. And somewhere along the line, I feel like the parents were really brutal with the words. So I'm not just saying that your person's father figure was just brutal, but the mother was also like that. So there's an energy of either being too aggressive with the words or going to a silent treatment, okay? So this could be somewhere where maybe you and your person have also trauma bonded, because I see that if you both have similar dynamics in your own parental figures, you both are bound to feel a little safe with that communication style of fighting and nagging, and then feeling validated by how that person just gives into the argument, and you sort of feel validated that yeah, you care because you are also pretty much very riled up, right? So this is that dysfunctional pattern that I see coming over here. And more often I see that your person has a lot of embarrassment for this behavior when they are so aggressive, right? So I feel like your person is learning how to forgive themselves first and foremost, because that is very important. We always hit another level of self-love when we learn to forgive ourselves, because it reduces down to the fact that it starts with you and it ends balance with you. So if you have that much love to give yourself, only then you can give it to another person. So I think somebody needed to hear that. But I feel like your person is yet to release this karmic energy within them, which is completely derived from their parental figures. Okay, so we're gonna move on and get some channel messages from your person. Pile number 1. I was about to say pile number 2, so you might have a message there. If you feel guided to watch that, don't force it. I'm taking accountability, so for sure that I did pick up. So we have Knight of Pentacles. I'm taking accountability. It's a slow and steady procedure because it's a lot of deep embedded, trauma that will take time, and you cannot be, you can't speed up this process because you have to think it from a point of view where it's not just about the union over here. It's about your person's well-being, because this amount of healing can take a toll on a person's mental health, and it's almost like, your world literally feels like it's collapsing because you're questioning everything that you've been brought up with, right? And I see that this is really deep rooted, so your person is going to require a lot of sensitivity from themselves and you as well. I feel very protective of you with the King of Swords in reverse. This person doesn't say that they are very protective over you, despite of how their energy comes out, because they have a lot of passive aggression from their past, which is directed towards you, but it actually had to be expressed to their parents. So I feel like your person, they feel protective over you, but it doesn't come out the right way, is what I'm seeing over here. I was waiting for this card. First I have to heal and forgive my parents, with the Queen of Swords in reverse. I feel like the mother figure was quite feisty. I'm getting a Queen of Swords energy. So your mother figure, so your person's mother figure, I was about to say your mother figure, so your mother figure could also be a little bit similar. It's like very quick to come back or argue, or it's almost like she always had a reply. So it's like you lack the energy of having a little bit of silence. It's almost like you have to always have a reply, even if you don't have substance to it, So it's like a lot about thinking before you speak, kind of an energy. I want to be careful. I want this to last. I just spoke about that, right? It's thinking before I speak is what I'm seeing with your person. Being very cautious of what do they say to you. So they don't want to really actually hurt you, because now they're getting aware of this pattern, and it brings a lot of shame, is what I'm feeling. I have been craving you with the Hierophant in reverse. I feel like that you are this person's guilty pleasure, because they know they are not able to completely treat you right, yet they crave you. So it's almost like, because emotionally they're kind of dead inside right now, and I'm sorry if that's kind of an insensitive word, but I feel like your person is really hollow right now with the Sun in reverse. I spoke about depression, but this could also be, dark night of the soul. It's deep. Your person has to get out of this with, I think that they can't see the light at the end of the tunnel right now, because they're being pushed out of their comfort zone, which is heavy healing right now. So I'm getting light worker. Your person is doing some really massive healing. But I feel like you're this person's guilty pleasure, because they can't really offer you anything substantial or tangible or emotional, but they still keep craving you sexually. So that makes them a little bit, like ashamed of themselves. And I don't know, I feel like it's kind of premature, and it's judgmental on their part, because they share a spiritual connection in whichever way they will feel attracted towards you, right? So this is also part of self-acceptance, where your person is still, because their heart is blocked, so I feel like they're not able to accept their feelings for you. But that is why the sacral chakra is pulsating, so the attraction is coming up, which is also part of the conditioning, where your person feels ashamed for feeling sort of sexual towards you, because that is also a primal nature of human body, right? So this is also a part of conditioning, where maybe I think sexual pleasure has been tabooed in your person's familial life. I'm going through many changes right now. I don't know what to say to you. So we have the Sun in reverse. Definitely your person is clueless about what to say to you. If this person has gone silent on you, or if they're not talking to you, If this person is not, I'm hearing a joke from spirit, if this person is not very chatty with you, or they're not badgering you, um, it's precisely because this person has, I'm hearing they've lost their spark for now. You're intoxicating again, an energy of sexual pleasure over here. Your person is craving you. Again, I feel like this is mainly because we have the malachite in reverse as well, and the smoky quartz. It's almost like the illusions still have to break for your person to accept the full grasp of this connection, because the spiritual connection is not something that I would take lightly. It's almost like a very twin flamey vibe to me, or a really high level soulmate. But there's definitely a lot of mirroring that you're able to trigger each other so deeply. I'm hearing something about destiny over here. And lastly, with you, I would do all over and over again. So if you have any suspicions that your person is probably, eyeing over here and there, or something that's completely false, I feel like your person is honestly very preoccupied. Like, that would be the last thing on their head, I think, right now. I'm hearing that your person feels like love is icky right now because of the pain that they're going through. um Spirit is pretty humorous, right? We have, I was blinded by my own pain, I see you for who you are. So this is being revealed to this person, and I feel like this brings us back to that energy where I feel like I spoke about, how you are going to think that your person is hurting you purposely, but it's not. It's just somewhere they're touching you and letting you know that, oh, your heart, and you have to see why do you have a wound that is not being catered, right? So your person is in fact helping you, and you are helping this person. For advice pile number 1, we have vision. A positive outcome requires a positive vision. Your love has the influence to transform the current events. Change. Life is a journey. Allow your life to unfold gracefully. Protection. You are safe. Do not fear. We are always with you. I feel like your angels are letting you know that this is going the way it has to. This is destiny, okay? Now, tarot can't tell you if you will end up with this person or not. Let's be realistic, right? But I feel like keep manifesting whatever you want with this person, because I don't see that your person doesn't want you, okay? At the moment, you both are probably thinking the worst of the situation because, you both feel, first of all, completely pushed to the curb by the universe, okay? Again, the humor is coming up, okay? Don't dislike my video. But I feel like it's just like, I feel like it's a part of your connection, right? And it's like you both are going through a major change from how you always have been for major, I don't know, 20, 30, 40, 50 years of your life. And right now the universe is showing you what you're capable of. So keep manifesting this abundant lifestyle that you want with your person, okay? And it's easier said than done, but don't fear the change that is taking place for you, because with the protection, I feel like the universe and your guides want to let you know that this is happening for you, not to you. All right, so pile number 1, finally we get done with this reading. I really do hope that you found a message that was helpful. If you did, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon, so whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated, and I'm gonna see you guys in another one. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose this Howlite, this is going to be your reading. So you have the card Horseman, Herald of Change, number 30. So this is a card which talks about bearer of good news. I get an energy a person misinterpret your presence in their life. And this energy of realization is more like a wake-up call about how divinely guided you are. I think your person saw you as the bad guy in their life for a very long time because of the emotions that they were feeling triggered to, is almost what I'm hearing. So I'm afraid if that's a little painful, but I sense a little bit of sorrow between the both of you, a little bit of bitterness. We have the Six of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Three of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and King of Cups, counterpart energies. You have the Whale, water sign. This is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Main signs that I see is a lot of Pentacle and Cups. So again, water sign, and Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So we have energies gaining momentum. Be bold and make the first move in reverse. Confidence is key to success. Daydreams and decisions in reverse. Clarity of belief. Cancer. House 7 in reverse. Virgo. We have Yogini, 285 Hertz in reverse. Turn on your heart light in reverse. Networker, shadow attribute, conveys information for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. You're gonna see where to play this. Martyr, shadow attribute, addiction to self-pity. Destroyer, releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for a new life. Crossroads of destiny. Meaningful sacrifice. Love who you are divine, delightful, deserving of the wonderful things life has to offer. Omens. Death. Emotional release in reverse. Honoring your energy. Okay, this one will come here. Gosh, it's a task. Okay, possibly comes over here. Something about Virgo needs to be here. I can probably fix this. Alright. So pile number 2. I feel like your person has realized, before we come to what they have realized, I'm picking up on an emphasis about what they're actually up to, because this could be a separation pile, is what I'm feeling. Even if it's not, I just get a sense that your person is feeling a little cowardly to approach you as of now, because there's a lot of guilt tripping. It's like your person is gaslighting themselves. They're making themselves feel like too much of the bad guy, and this is happening because your person doesn't feel worthy of love. Okay, at the crux of it, they just don't feel worthy of being in love or being taken care by somebody, with a meaningful sacrifice. This can be a card that can, depict an energy of somebody who feels like in the moment they should sacrifice this connection. But I feel like this is coming from a place of self-pity. Number 23 reduces to 5, and then we have the triple three suit. So it's almost giving like 5 plus 3 8. Again, it's a very karmic journey that your person is going through right now. But I feel like with the meaningful sacrifice, what I'm picking up right now is it's an energy of the dismissal of love that they have experienced in their childhood that really affects your person. And coincidentally, is nothing is coincidence, but your person. Okay, I was about to say your spirit. So your spirit guides, both of your spirit guides are working together on this connection right now. And with honoring energy and the whale over here, whale is a water sign again. So I feel like this energy of your person, the whale can indicate a lot of compassion developing for self, but I feel like in this situation your person is lacking that compassion. Moreover, there's a lot of ancient wisdom coming through. The whale especially depicts ancient wisdom. So I feel like there's an energy of your person yet to grasp a few things, but I feel like they're receiving downloads through the dream state, because your person is not completely awakened. They're not completely out of the shadows, I'm going to say. Your person is definitely going through a dark night of the soul, most prominently. Might not apply for everyone, but I feel like the horseman herald of change is, it's like, it's the good news is that your person is going through a dark night of the soul, right? The process requires a lot of patience, and I feel like there's an energy, I'm hearing the word tampering. So maybe you feel the urges to chase this person, or to hit up this person, or just ask them, or just get validated, or maybe spike a conflict in the name of a conversation or something like that. Okay, it doesn't have to be true, but that's what I'm hearing, that you try to poke the bear because you want to feel validated that you are also loved in return. So both your love languages are changing right now, because you both are going through a phase of a sort of expansion, soul expansion. Okay, there's a rise of consciousness taking place in this energy. I see that with the Cancer, nurture, comfort, and protection. I feel like with the Cancer energy, there's a lot about understanding your own needs. So that's why we evolved to the factor of understanding what are my love languages, right? What are my first initial love languages out of the 5 or 6 that we have, right? So I feel like there's an energy of optimism kicking in your person on a soulful level, because your person's soul had been crushed to an extent. Okay, not to make it very cinematic or something, but it's the truth, what I'm hearing from spirit, that your person's soul was crushed in their childhood, and your person, that's why, seems so secluded or isolated. Or you will notice your person is quite they're just quite in their own cocoon, like emotionally. And with the card of, there's a card for 7,000 reverse. This is a card for intimacy, about partnerships and friendships, but I'm relating this with romanticism. So this is a lot about your person's defenses with the 7 of Wands and the 6 of Pentacles. Not only a person fears in giving, but they also fear in taking, because most of the time when they have received love, it has come with a connotation of a hidden motive, right? Your person has experienced only conditional love in their childhood, or especially relationships. Now for this pile, especially pile number 2, there's an undertone or an sort of undercurrent. Okay, there's a current of exes or past relationships over here which have really affected your person. I feel like these people lacked a lot of courage, and I get a sense that this is nothing new to you. You know that you have been through this person has been through it, but there's a deeper understanding that needs to take place into understanding why your person is not willing to commit. It is not at all based on whether you are worthy of it or not. Okay, pile number two, because I think that there's an energy that I'm picking up from spirit that you are somebody who takes these things directly on your self-worth, and it's because you were not nurtured in your childhood yourself. So I feel like you could had a really poor relationship with your mother or feminines in your life. So even if you're a man or a woman, there's an energy of not having good relationships with women, and especially because I'm hearing that the girl code, excuse me, has not been so strong. So I was about to say goal. I feel like the goal, or there was not a like-minded energy over here. So this could also relate to your person's exes or your exes, because there's a mirroring energy that I pick up over here that you might also be able to take insight from. I feel like the both of you have not had people that were like-minded. You were always related to people because of certain needs that were being fulfilled through, just any sort of relation. It's almost like you were just understanding or drawing conclusions that this is what love is. We give and take, we take care of each other. But the new, I'm getting a sort of a wave, a sort of just washing off a sand castle, and it's almost like it's just giving me the image of a really a poorly constructed house that was made, and it is a metaphor for your own emotional stances, like your own emotional inner structures that were built of negative connotations. So right now there's a huge purification of subconscious beliefs, and spirit is almost like breaking down the both of your foundations emotionally, because you're learning how to build a solid and a new foundation which is based on authenticity. So this is based on true self-love. That's why we have herald of change. Again, I've spoken about it 3 times. This is a bearer of good news. So this is almost giving me an energy that your person sees you as a new opportunity for love, which they were not able to claim. Okay, we'll come back to it in a bit, but what spirit is actually conveying as of now is this energy of you both realizing what is unconditional love. And especially when you can't love yourself, you will be with that person at any cost. The person right in front of you, your significant other, even though you don't have the same goals, the values, you're not very interested in them, you're just with them because they're fulfilling a toxic need within you that you're not able to fulfill within yourself, right? So I feel like before this connection, or before you had your persistent spiritual awakenings prior to this person, you also had to realize a lot of things about the way that you were leading your life. I'm picking up that people over here could have had a lot of issues with substance abuse. Now, substance abuse can be anything. It could also be stress eating, overeating, or just, intoxication of any kind. So there's just getting a high of and other things, right? I'm getting the energy of host. So it's almost like you would just find something to derive a source from within. So now when I come back to your person, what they have realized, it's almost like a wake up call about what's your importance in their life, right? You have taught this person, almost like you have taught this person a lot, is what I'm picking up. The undertone over here is that you have taught this person how shaky their internal foundation has been. The clarity of belief with the ace of swords and the death and the cancer, this person realizes that they have to be more kind to you, but more often they have to be more kinder to themselves, because your person struggles with a lot of self-depreciating thoughts. And you might think that how can they think about like this about themselves, because you also do that, pile number two. Whenever this person doesn't treat you right, it's almost like you rationalize it instead of being like, it's wrong. It's almost like your brain probably works, correct me if I'm wrong, okay, I could be, but correct me if I'm wrong, you think that this is what was going to already happen. You already suspected it, and you suspected it because you think that that is how you should be treated at the end of the day. This meaningful sacrifice is not just a card for your person, this is also a card for you, where it's a lot about the fact that you have not been nurtured correctly in your childhood is still something that you're mourning over. And your person is also going through that mourning because, a product of all your relationships has always stemmed from the first relationship that you had with your parents, right? So there could have been a parental figure who was very controlling of emotions specifically, and there was a lack of cooperation. As simple as it is, that you weren't taught how to love yourself, okay? So I feel like with the Virgo energy and the crossroads of destiny in reverse with the Yogini, I feel like your person has to. I feel like there's an energy of still not taking accountability for their behavior. You know why? Because they don't want to approach you with the truth. And this is not to make you feel any bitter, because you do not need this person to apologize and tell you that I hurt you for you to actually feel safe to feel the hurt that they have caused you in a way, right? Because this person could have done something that could have hurt you in a place you were already wounded. Okay, I am not at all scraping out the fact that this person did something that to remind you where it already hurts, but this person could have done some injustice more prevalent to it or to your situation. So I feel like, there's an energy of this person sort of still not wanting to take accountability for what they have done, because they know that they have to come and apologize for it. And because this person doesn't have accountability is because there's an energy of, I wouldn't say like self proclamation or self-fulfilling, but I think it's more in an inclination towards self-fulfilling. Like it's almost like, yes, I will get rejected. So where you are projecting this energy of you feeling like, I anticipated that this is what happens, because your subconscious is not saying that you expected this to happen. That is your conscious brain. What your subconscious is saying, that this is what I deserve, and this, I knew this was going to happen because this is what I deserve. This is that energy, that's that translation that gets lost in your conscious and your subconscious. But what your subconscious is actually saying is that I knew it was going to happen because I know that that's what I deserve. And your person is not approaching you because their subconscious is saying that I do not deserve love like this, and I shouldn't even approach it. So what your person's conscious brain is saying, that I have already heard this person, that's why I shouldn't approach them because they will reject me. But what's getting lost in the translation is that this person doesn't feel like they should be accepted. They feel unworthy of love. So either ways, the both of you feel unworthy of love in, just a wholesome level. The both of you are mirroring this. So I feel like, again, Spirit is asking, am I able to articulate that well? Are you able to understand what this person is showing you? Because this is a complete mirror right in front of you. And I am not at all justifying how you both have hurt each other or this person has hurt you. But what we are here to sort of, resolve or make, ourselves understand over here is, why are you attracting this person? And that doesn't take away from the fact that this is your divine connection, divine counterpart, or this is somebody that is very related to you. But this is bringing me back to an energy that your heart chakra is closed, okay? And your person has not completely realized this, or even if they have, okay, I would say that they know that they have barriers to give and take. And the 7th energy with I would say the Cancer card, yeah. I would say with this Cancer card, it's a lot about give and take. And why the both of you are not able to receive the good love is because your heart is closed. How can you receive in a hand that is already full? You know what I'm saying? And even if that doesn't paint a picture, it's almost like if your fist is closed, how can you take something in it, right? There's too much defensiveness. So when you already have a heart that is closed, how can it even express or let love in, is what I'm trying to say. So pile number 2, what is important for you to know is that your person is definitely understanding these things, that they have defenses in layman term. But for you to progress this, because which I suspect that you are in the feminine energy, you have to start healing wounds from your past, where this person in your childhood, whoever it was, a feminine or a masculine energy, maternal or paternal father, maternal or paternal figure, years in your life, I would rather say, that made you feel like, self-love is not a, I'm hearing that self-love is tabooed in a way. So it's almost like if you're spiritual and your parents don't have those concepts and they're very religious or they're structured, okay, this is a message for someone. If it applies, take it, otherwise leave it. But for someone over here, if your parents don't encourage spirituality or enlightenment per se, or self empowerment, enhancement within, right, understanding who you truly are as a unique soul, if they deter you from your own intuition, because what your truth is your intuition, and subsequently that is your higher self, and you are your higher self. So what your soul tells you from within for you to go forward with, and they're like, no, don't do this, this is not going to pay well, or this is not what people from our family do, or this is rubbish, whatever they tell you, they're deterring you from your own truth. So your truth is equivalent to your self-love quotient, right? So this is to understand that your truth is your higher self, and your higher self is teaching you how to love yourself, because ultimately we come down on this earthly plane to completely love ourselves, right? So I feel like what you're trying to understand through this connection as of now is, and I think it's your person as well, but your person seems a little bit dormant to me in this reading. I feel like I'm talking a lot more to you, because that is something that spirit wants to deliver to you more through me. And the channeling that's coming through is a lot about you also being embracive of what your person is showing you rather than how they are showing up. And I know that can be really perverse to what you're expecting. You're expecting this person to love you in the areas that you're not able to love yourself, but I feel like you're sensible enough at this point to understand that this person can only love you to the depths that you can love yourself, right? So this death card and the destroyer, releasing what is potentially destructive and preparing for a new life, is more encouraging for you to take a role as opening up your heart. I see the image of a lotus, and the lotus is a beautiful flower which has a very philosophical metaphor to it, which almost says that this perspective that the lotus grows in mud, but it grows beautifully and it blossoms through it, right? So it's almost like not letting the negativity that has been around you take away from your beauty and your blossoming, right? It gives me a lot of empress energy. So we have this card, love who you are divine, delightful, and deserving of the wonderful things that life has to offer. With the emotional release in reverse, this reading screams about lack of independence within self, with almost like lack of dependence within self, excuse me. So this creates instability between the both of you, where it brings me back to the initial sort of brief I gave about why you both were with karmic partners, because you were just taking something that you couldn't give to yourself. And at this moment, I feel like saying this to someone over here, that you do not need a single person for anything. To an extent, enlightenment is detachment to anything, even a person. So you don't practically need even a person to sustain yourself with. You can do that everything by yourself, but that is quite far-fetched, and it's a very deep level of enlightenment. But I feel like this is important for you to know, that you don't need, if you have this concept in your head which is born through conditioning that says that you need your parents, you need wife or a husband, mating and reproduction is completely different. But when we talk about survival, you do not literally need anyone to survive. So I think that there's a dependency, or there's a pattern that has been created in your childhood which revolves around you. If you're a woman, that you need a man, and if you're a man, that you need your parents, is what I'm hearing. Okay, it's almost like you still believe subconsciously that you need a man to feel whole. And that is not at all compared to today's feminism, because there's a lot, that's completely another chapter, right? But I feel like what it comes down to is that spirit is making you realize that your person right now does not have the courage to approach you, and they are very well aware of it. And with look to your inner strength, your person has realized that they need to leave these barriers. With the energies gaining momentum and the daydreams and decision, there was sort of a cloud in front of your person's eyes, which was amplified through the fears that they were facing when they felt such deep rooted fear when they felt that love for you. You know, that example that I gave of a closed fist, right? Or I would rather say a hand full of pain, right? It's the metaphor for your heart. And when your person felt so much love, that was I'm hearing the word uninvited. It's almost like um it opened the doors to all the pain, right? Because the amount of love that they felt also sort of aroused the amount of pain that they have in correlation with love, right? And I'm hearing from spirit that this person, it's a lot of trauma from their childhood, but compared to the relationship, it's a lot about the psyche that has developed this amount of pain related to love, right? So love brings back an energy of pain to this person. That's why they run away from intimacy, is what I'm hearing. So we're going to get a few channel messages from your person. Pile number 2. I'm having many breakthroughs on my journey. With the Leo card, I'm picking this up as somebody who's definitely gaining clarity. I spoke about that, right? Your person with the Omens card, it's like they're paying attention to the goodness that you've brought rather than sulking about it, because now the pain is sort of, it's almost like, you know, the tidal waves, the current is again getting a little bit, you know, calmer. So I feel like this is a lot about your person understanding what is actually going on and what are you doing in their life. I should say it more often, I love you, with the Seven of Wands. This person has not let you know the depth of their feelings. And the fact that this person is also sort of baffled by the fact that you might have not had a very deep history or a lot of quality moments for this person to actually develop that amount of love. So this person sort of, I'm getting that this person is freaked out by this fact, and it's almost like it makes them sometimes feel like maybe you've sort of casted a spell or something. This person is really deep into the matrix. I feel like that's why, because that is a very it's a very judgmental thought when somebody's completely away from spiritual concepts. I'm contemplating my next move towards you. Three of Pentacles, this person wants to have a cooperation in this connection, and that's why they're scared of how to approach this. And the contemplation, I would say it's more like analysis paralysis, thinking of the best way to approach you so that they can um avoid the most anticipated rejection that they're feeling within, right? So it's almost like it's just it's self-fulfilling. You know what I'm saying, that I spoke about, they're rejecting themselves. I can't see with anyone else who are meant to be together. So meaningful sacrifice over here. We're sort of defining oracle cards today for your reading. I feel like it's almost like your person doesn't want to lose this love that makes them feel so emotionally fulfilled. Something about you is so resonating with them, you know, this energy of feeling belongingness. So I feel very protective over you with the King of Cups. This person literally does not let you know how much they feel for you, is what I'm feeling. um they're like really bottled up, and it's because they don't feel safe letting you see their softer side as of now. This feels like a newer connection. I'm going through many changes right now. I don't know what to say to you. With the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, I told you the inner foundation has been struck by divine, and it's because, you know, tower moments happen wherever things are not at all stable. So this is a moment of encountering your true authentic self and letting it emerge. I'm almost getting the image of, you know, a butterfly sort of coming out of the cocoon. It really hurts the wings, because, you know, there's an energy of like becoming stronger and filling in bigger shoes. So I feel like it's painful. It's a skin shedding process, is what I'm feeling. And something about this feels like you're getting bored of hearing this again and again. Maybe you've been watching a lot of readings, but this is your confirmation that, you know, you have to be patient with yourself, because I think that you're focusing too much upon where this person is, whereas you're dealing with the same issue of a blocked heart chakra. Pile number 2. First, I have to heal and forgive my parents. Six of Pentacles. Your person has to heal themselves from a lack of nurturance in childhood. That's what it really sums down to. And a really hot and cold behavior that they've been through in their childhood. I'm getting that you might have a message in pile number 1. If you were called to, yeah, you do have a message in pile number one. I'm working on past patterns and behaviors that were unfair to you. With the Queen of Cups, they are aware. I'm getting a really solid energy that they are aware of their control and controlling energy, not letting you know how much they feel for you. So they do have remorse for this. And I feel like if this person was juggling you, that is also something over here that, I'm hearing that they're receiving the taste of their karma. So if they went to a third party or something which you know of, or something in the separation, this person is realizing that there's nobody like you. So that is the goodwill kind of an energy. I can't bear the pain of being apart from you. So I'm hearing that even though this is all prevalent, I still feel safer in silence. So that's a channel message from your person. Before we conclude pile number two, we have advice for you. Archangel Michael, I have removed all obstacles in your way. You can move forward now with ease and confidence. The path is now clear. Destiny is to blossom, to shine, transform, and ever greater light. And we have determination, perseverance, and patience will lead you to an positive outcome. Excuse me. I feel like definitely I spoke about destiny over here, that there's a lack of acceptance within you as to you also have this energy of a little bit controlling. It might not be completely like your person, but it's almost like you are trying too hard to control how this will pan out. And it's showing a lack of what you say faith in the universe, that it's almost like you don't believe in the universe that it knows the best for you, right? And you have to leave this energy of knowing I know what I need to do for myself, because clearly you have to learn this pile number two. And I'm afraid if that's a little painful for your, psyche, I would say that, you know what you're doing, but you have to allow your angels and the universe to provide you for a better foundation, because you might have thought that, the relationship or the dynamic between the both of you was pretty good, but maybe your person messed up, or maybe things went south, or the universe did something. But you have to realize that the universe only shook something that was already not stable. So in a way, the destiny cards talking to me about a blessing in disguise that took place, that the universe sort of separated the both of you so you could see your shadow side, because I think that even you were not realizing how less you were settling for in the situation. I feel like you definitely had some sort of, I would say, ascension or realization about what you deserve. There's a better understanding of self is what I'm feeling. And with the domination in reverse, I feel like don't try too hard, let Archangel Michael, almost like the universe, I would say, I feel like you definitely don't believe a lot in universal forces, and that's something you should work upon. That's the best advice that angels are giving you, is let us prove you wrong, almost, in the best sense. Okay, so pile number two, I'm gonna leave it here. I really do hope that you found a message that was helpful. If you did, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, with the bell icon so you know whenever I upload links. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated, and I'm gonna see you guys in another one. Bye. Hello, pile number three. If you chose this Moss Agate, this is going to be your reading. So the card that we have for you is Benefactor, Grace, and Generosity number three. This is a card that talks about mindful steps, like almost like your person is in a very cautious energy. With the three, I feel like this is a lot about collaboration, interaction. I'm hearing interaction. So this is a lot about the way that they interact with you, perhaps also that they've realized something about that. So your energy is very triggered. For some reason, when I was tapping into energy, I felt a gush of triggering energies and like flashbacks. It's almost like your person is in a really triggered space right now. I'm getting the image of like a storm. Sort of like, how your person just has to, your person has to heal their manipulative ways, is what I'm feeling. Something that they use to their advantage. So we have the Queen of Swords in reverse, King of Wands in reverse, the Seven of Swords, the Hermit, Three of Pentacles in reverse, Two of Wands. And the Hierophant. We have the Conjunction. Third house in reverse. Gemini. I feel like your energy is really heavy and there's something on your person's mind that is diverting them from you. So this is, I'm feeling like it's a choice maybe, or it's not even a choice. I feel like it's the transformation that they're going through that feels really taxing. And it's almost like my mind is going to a lot of feelings that I don't like. Spirit is reminding me of things that I don't like per se. And I'm hearing about my environment. So I feel like this is about a lot about your person's environment or people that they have been around. We have the Lion. We have psychic development. Reunion of souls in reverse. A new day. We have Alabaster Tablet of Layla in reverse. Rare Success. We have Storm Wisdom. Choose Love in reverse. Ask for help in reverse. And the only thing that is real is love. Phoenix. Oh, Pioneer. So I read Phoenix. That is so weird. Passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Fool, fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. Thief, shadow attributes, stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. Walk through your fears in reverse. Meditate and contemplate. open up. Teach. All right, pile number three. Finally, the spread is out. Today's readings have been really lengthy, and I feel like there are really important messages coming through for the collective. So I feel like your person is very well connected with the collective energies. I feel like a person with the psychic development is quite intact, because certain times when we're not highly awakened, we don't, I wouldn't say that we're, we're always ascending, but in a way, when you're to an extent awakened, you are really flowing with the collective upgrades, I would say. Okay, so you are pretty I'm getting high tide. So your person is going through a really, really vital moment of purging, a shedding skin. Okay, it's not even just purging. It's. I mean, it was an ongoing process of transformation, which is coming to its climax. So it's almost like the momentum, it's increased. The momentum of purging is really increased. Your person is releasing really, really deep rejection wounds. So something along the lines, even you are healing, because I feel like you both have fears of abandonment, and either of you could have been avoidant or anxious or disorganized. It could be a mix of anything. Okay, a number of things are possible, but I feel like your person is releasing a huge rejection wound, which is mimicked in you as a fear of being alone. Okay, that's the same thing, right? So spirit is not giving me much on you, because I think that you are on different track of yourself, because previous two piles were very highly mirrored, and I think that your, yeah, there's not an energy about you, there's not an energy about you, but okay, we'll see what comes through. So I feel like with the tarot cards, out of six, I did a three card spread, but there's the seventh one, which is the Three of Pentacles in reverse, which I spoke about with the benefactor card, grace and generosity. Your person is not acted in character, and they have realized. So what I'm going to speak about is not half engrossed. Okay, this is a full engrossed situation that your person has a hold upon, nearly 90 to 95%. Okay, so your person realizes what actually they have been doing, and I feel like with the psychic development there is a high cognitive recognition of what I have been doing, is what I'm hearing. So it's almost like your person knows that they have portrayed a sort of like a clown behavior, like they say something and they don't keep their word according to it. With the number five, teach, work through your fears in reverse, and the Scorpio energy, it's almost like your person was resisting this transformation, which I feel from spirit that they're giving into. With the pioneer spirit, I spoke about phoenix, right? When I was placing out the cards, I read this as phoenix. With the thief in reverse, your person knows that they misuse your presence in their life, because they sort of don't know completely how to generate light from within, which I feel like even you are learning right now, but you're a little ahead in journey. So you're definitely the feminine energy. It's what I feel. Man or woman, a gender non-specific, you're the feminine energy, because this is a typical divine feminine, divine masculine sort of relation that I see over here, dynamic that is playing out, because this is the masculine energy, which has a lot of remorse, and there's remorse because there's awareness to it. So that is really good, because self-awareness is half of the work of transmuting that pain and sort of getting better, right? Of course there are a few cases where people don't choose to do, but I'm hearing that your person feels like it's just something that they can't run from. It's like a person is accepting their spiritual nature, to be honest. They're realizing that they are a part of a spiritual connection. Your person might be watching tarot readings, or they're just gaining some sort of insight. I feel like with the psychic development, there's an emphasis on your person knowing about tarot or these divine feminine, divine masculine readings that are all over YouTube. I feel like somehow spirit has given your person access to what goes on in this connection and how it works. So particularly there's no escape from, the reality of it. But I would say that where your person was indecisive about taking a decision about this connection, I feel like I'm getting from spirit that this person knows what decision they want to make, but it has been backed by lack of courage. So I feel like the good thing that I feel over here is that your person is gaining courage, even though we have the King of Wands in reverse. This is a past energy that I pick up over here. Possible signs that I see over here, Taurus, Virgo, Pentacle energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn with the Queen of Swords in reverse. We have Libra and King of Wands in reverse. I believe that is maybe Sagittarius. I'm not sure. But I think we also have Gemini, and we have okay, I was about to say Virgo again, but that's third house. So Virgo over here could be possible. We have Scorpio as well. So I feel like oh, we have Pisces as well. So there's a lot of signs over here, but mostly I'm seeing a lot of, grounding taking place, because your person's emotions have always been up in the sky, and somewhere your person is addicted to workaholism. This is literally just workaholism, okay? Because I think that your person has come out of a little bit of like substance abuse and all that stuff. Like your person is pretty I would say that they're aware of how to take care of themselves, even if they slip a little bit here and there. Your person is, I'm hearing from spirit, your person is doing really good, like compared to how they used to be, and they're gonna mean their word and keep their word, is what I'm hearing. So this is that recognition where they're realizing what they tell you does not match up with what they do, because simply of the fact, and I feel like crying, oh my god, your person has so much guilt, pile number 3, because I am deep in feels right now. Like, I think that you don't believe this, and I feel like you don't even believe what I am saying, because you feel like I'm just a tarot reader. But tarot readers can tap into energies, right? That's how I'm able to articulate tougher feelings, right? I'm able to articulate love, but I'm also able to articulate regret. So I feel there's a lot of regret on this person's energy. Like, I'm seeing somebody just holding their head and just almost like wanting to cry, but they feel like there's so much emotion pent up inside. It's not even a way where your person wants to cry at this point. It's just they feel like a clown themselves, pile number 3, and that's not in a good energy. I don't like this energy because it's a lot of self-pitying, okay? It's heavy, okay? It's not in a good place to be in. Whereas you might feel like, this is justified, the universe is giving you karma, it's about time this person gets the taste of their medicine, or they understand. But from a third person perspective, I just feel your person feeling a little helpless, and it's almost like they're feeling helpless about themselves. They're like, I say this, then I don't show up in that way. Like, obviously even I can't trust myself at this point. So I feel like at this point it's not about just self trust. I feel like it's a lot about your person getting their act right, because sometimes they really want to go back to the person they used to be. And so I think that what we're seeing over here is double standards. Mainly what the theme I pick up over here with your person is a lot about saying things and they're not keeping up with it, right? And I feel like with the open up in reverse, it's almost like the open up card is somewhere where you're controlling yourself. So when your person behaves in a way where it doesn't align with what they promised you or what they told you, just affirmation of words, like if you are not concrete with what you say, you're almost like nothing. What I'm saying, it's a saying, like you have to be concrete with what you say and put out there, right? So somewhere your person feels like they did betray you in a sense, and they feel like they should be rejected, but that's the subconscious saying that you are not worth redeeming yourself, or you're not worth pile number 3's love, even if it's not just you. It's like your person with the Hermit and the Seven of Swords. Can I say any more? Your person knows that they go back to this sense of self because your person does not feel like they can conquer this energy of fear. And this fear is coming from a place of feeling helpless. Your person has your person has a problem in accepting love, which is also in the form of help. Help is also a form of love, and your person does not also feel like at this point they should come and tell you that they struggle with this, because it's not just about not wanting to open up, but they don't want to release that control. There's a lack of union with self, which I don't feel like criticizing your person, because they're coming there. Okay, that's what you need to know. Pile number 3, through this reading, and spirit is delivering that message that you need to know the progress. You don't need to know when what will happen, because I feel like you also have a life of your own, and I feel honestly really proud saying that, because a lot of people lose their sense of self. So I feel like you are somebody who is establishing your life side by side. You're doing your own thing, and whereas this person is getting their act together as well, because you're also doing that, right? So I feel like you both are quite awakened to this connection, and how you're supposed to lead with this paradigm of the matrix sort of enticing you, or just, acting on your fears. Because I feel like there is some level of I wouldn't say spiritual warfare. That could be the case if you know about it, because you could be quite psychic, and if you're tapped into it, you would be facing a lot of psychic attacks. It's almost like the darker side is sort of it's testing, or it's almost like, how they say that the enemy from outside can't attack what isn't inside. So it's almost like you have these fears that are being able to manipulate it. So somewhere along the line, your person, almost like, I wouldn't say they gave into it, but they gave into it in a way. Okay, they were tempted to go back to their cave comfort zone, where I feel like your person was slowly by slowly making progress, and then suddenly there was a complete pullback, is what I'm feeling. And that is happening because your person completely just got shook. I'm getting cold feet, which was backed up by a lot of negative energy. So it's almost like, because the energies, the universal energies, and I mean, universal energies are consisting of good and bad entities, right? Energies. So I feel like your person gave into a little bit of negativity, and it had a huge backlash, because your person realizes that a moment of weakness created this whole ruckus in your connection, in a way. So whatever happened, for a few of you there was a huge separation that took place, or for a few of you there's just a lot of silence, which this person anticipates as really bad, because they're thinking that you're really going to put them in their place. With the Queen of Swords in reverse, this person definitely feels like you were not they were not faithful, excuse me. So this person feels like now you're not going to be faithful to them. It's a possibility that I see over here. There's a presumption in their own head. They're thinking like that. So I feel like with the alabaster tablet of Layla, choose love and reverse, and the lion, I feel like with the alabaster, it's almost like a high consciousness that prevails with the upright. So 41 reduces to 5, and this is a lot about the changes that are taking place. Okay, we have new day 11, and then we have 12 with storm wisdom right over here with the conjunction. So when we have this row, I almost feel like with the lion, it's a lot about accountability, and then we don't have consciousness, we're not choosing love. But then we have storm wisdom, which is a lot about letting things clear out. With the new day, it's new beginning, and the conjunction is unity. Very interesting. So I feel like this whole row really talks to me about your person collectively. I spoke about a high cognitive recognition about my own behaviors, what I'm hearing. So this is a lot about the storm sort of taking away a lot from your person. So they're silent because they don't really have anything to give, and this is something that divine counterparts do, is that when they don't feel like they have much to give, they go completely silent in the 3D. So your person at this point, if they're not talking, is because they don't feel like they have much, and there's a lot of shame and embarrassment. They don't know how to look you in the eye, is almost what I'm hearing. This could also be a past energy for a few people, but if you haven't resolved things with them, that would be kind of a little weird if this reading would be calling you, because this feels like somebody who has things to mend with you. I'm hearing that it's not my responsibility to mend relationships or something like that, like bridges that I didn't burn. So it's almost like this person expects that why would you want to put in effort now, because they've taken so many chances to not choose you, and it was backed up by a lot of fear. So at this point, I have to tell you, pile number 3, that this was meant to happen the way it did, because your person is such an indecisive person because of fears, and I know that you relate to it, because I feel like there's an energy from, it's like when I said such an indecisive, it's like I felt the sort of stress in my tone that came from spirit. It's almost like you get really fed up of this person's indecisiveness. With the meditate and contemplate, with, we have the Fool card again. I spoke about this clowny behavior. It doesn't come from a place where your person doesn't love you, doesn't care for you, doesn't want to be with you, doesn't want to be the ride or die for you. This person wants marriage with you, with the Hierophant and the Hermit. They've thought this deeply, thoroughly. But the thing that stops this person is their own capability. I was listening to this song, I was getting this song at the back of my head. It's a Bollywood song, so I wouldn't sort of refer it over here. But it's a song which talks about a guy thinking whether he is adequate for the woman, and especially about a guy. So even if you're a man, you're in the feminine energy is what I feel. And this person, whoever it is, gender non-specific, both sides, you and your person, I feel like this person really thinks about whether they're adequate. Are they even adequate compared to you? Like, it's not even just that rejection wound. It's just like, do I even deserve this person at this point? Because I've done so much shit with them. I'm hearing shit scam. The energy is really rough, and that's why I feel like pile number 3, I don't want to sound cliche, like send them love and light, but um I would give you a suggestion, okay? A little bit of food for thought. I feel like your energy is a little rigid because you might be a little bit defensive towards this person and you don't want to hear what I want to say. But if you're open to it, maybe take a little bit baby steps to forgiving this person this time around. I'm hearing again, yes, please, again. I'm hearing from Spirit, yes, please, again. Can you please find it in your heart to forgive this person so that you don't fester yourself with that amount of, um hatred for this person is what I'm hearing. So something around, I feel like you need a better way to cope up with these emotions, and that would come from leading on your life continuously, or you don't pull yourself into a darker place. You know what I'm trying to say? You need to have a little bit of balance as the feminine energy into the physical realm, so that you're able to deal with these emotions a little bit more positively. I feel like, because if you try to do this completely right now, you just focus on this connection and why is it not going well, I feel like it will put you in a little bit more tough situation than it's honestly anticipated to be in. So this was a message for someone, that don't completely take this to heart. I know that you will. I completely understand that these connections, they make you feel so much, but a good way to cope up with whatever your person has put you through is to deal with one thing at a time, or a little bit at a time. Don't let yourself slip into a darker place because of this person's behavior, because this is not at all equivalent to what's your worth and how another person should show up. Because I feel like this person made a mistake that I wouldn't say wasn't anticipated by spirits, because it had to go the way it did. And you're almost like you had to also go through this, sort of to understand better placing of boundaries and upholding them, because we almost always place boundaries but we lack how to uphold them, right? So I feel like what is coming on your end through this experience is, what I'm feeling is like, this card really brings my attention. The only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. With the third house in reverse is that you might want to close yourself off to this person, but spirit is almost sort of bringing me to this, thing where it's like, is it something that you really want to give up on? Like, that this journey is difficult. You always knew that. You saw it, and you saw it right in the beginning, where you figured out this person is your twin flame or your soulmate, and you just realized that, oh my god, that I have a really long way to go. And you probably read a lot about it on Quora, Google. I think that you both are at a level where you have researched quite a lot about it, and you both realize about the thing that this works is that you have to have union with yourself. So even if it's a lot about the forgiveness that you need to do, so that you don't prolong the process of your own healing, because the longer you let this just sit inside, it will fester. And the candle is going a little dim. I just noticed that, so it's off now. So the new one that I just placed is a little dim, and I definitely take flame in consideration with the reading. So I feel like this is a lot about revival, and this is a lot about your person's energy is what I pick up. Because with the storm, this is a really important card. It's almost like, there's so much happening with your person. There are so many changes, and I feel like for some reason now spirit is showing me the cards hidden energies, because that's kind of the way that I read. And I see this card being upright now, work through your fears. So your person is understanding that they have to, and it's not even fair to themselves at this point, playing with themselves, coying themselves, joking with themselves. And the shadow attribute for Fool is using humor to wound rather than liberate, denial of your own emotional truth, right? This is what I'm speaking about. Your persons need to almost just sort of take whatever they can in the moment, and then not feeling sufficient, or so, just not satisfied with any situation in life, is because they do everything half-assed. You know what I'm saying? So with the third house in reverse, this is an energy of communication, but which is reversed. And Gemini also, it's a lot about, I feel like I get an energy of overthinking things over here, where they're just like, why would pile number three want to even talk to me? And I heard my queen. So it's almost like this person puts you on a pedestal because of the mistakes that they've made. But I see this pedestal sort of leveling up because this person went through a huge heartbreak. It's almost like I'm hearing that when I broke your heart, I broke mine too, and I didn't know how I did that. So it's almost like this indecision is really pushing your person into realizing that they really, really have to make this tangible. I feel like the rounds and the cycles that you both have taken is because your person couldn't accept the fact that this was for them. But now, with rare success, this is just how it says, rare success. It's almost like you looked like a trophy or a jackpot, and it's almost like they couldn't ever accept it that it was for them. So this is that fool energy, like clowning themselves. We started off with this word, and it's sort of been prevalent in so many different meanings over here. It's almost like this person has been fooling themselves, thinking that they might move on, or things will fade away, or they don't need you as bad as they feel like their heart wants you. It's almost like again and again convincing yourself that you don't feel so much for this person, like running away. And it's only because the ego doesn't let us understand that the feelings that we have. So I think that you also needed to hear this, that instead of sort of festering it inside your head, where you're gonna think that I don't want to be with this person anymore, and are you really gonna again have that sort of, I'm getting somebody blocking out another person, and then again running away, and then coming back. It's almost like, do you really want to go through those things again and again? Like, it's almost like the universe is teaching the both of you, like, accept your feelings, god damn it. I'm hearing that. I'm hearing from spirit. Like, spirit's like, accept your feelings. Like, you both know that you are for each other. Like, yet again, you still want to keep running away from what you feel for each other, is what I'm hearing. So we're gonna get a few channel messages from your person. I feel like there's something especially about the conjunction and the new day with the 12th. It's a progression where your person realizes that they will always return back to you, is also what I'm hearing. And, this person with the benefactor is like healing the feminine energy within. So I'm getting a lot of womb healing. So maybe this stemmed from your person's mother figure, that, they're carrying maternal wounds from their own lineage, and your person is healing. And I feel like with the lion, it's a lot about order in your life. Your person has observed their own behavior, and they're going through a lot of transformation. There's a lot of energy of transformation. So you best believe that this person is really fighting tooth and nail right now, whether you're probably just thinking that they're, probably not even regretful. I think that energetically you might pick up on these energies because you sometimes just feel completely overwhelmed. And I see that with the full energy over here, the mask, it's almost like your person puts up this energy, right? That I don't feel for you as much as I do, but this person really, really feels for you. And they're realizing that the only thing that is real is their love for you. Everything that is these fears, yeah, this is the conclusion that spirit wanted to bring us to. The build-up that was coming through is that, these realization, multiple 20 things that I just spoke about, are fading away, because at the end of the day, they realize that these fears, these inadequacy fears, these rejection fears, they all just shamble in front of the love that you both have. And this person always comes back to you, and so do you, pile number three. So let's not skip on that, but let's get a few more messages and channel messages from your person, pile number three. I want to be close to you. So we're getting this with the King of Wands. Definitely this person still feels that, sacral chakra heat for you. And I feel like even you do, because sometimes when we're purging, our heart gets blocked momentarily, and you might be feeling a lot of emotions or not, but still on your own individual journeys, because, you all have different journeys. So I feel like, with this, what spirit is delivering, that the sacral chakra sort of really is the only way you can sort of feel that amount of love and attraction in a way, right? You start it's that primal instinct that you start craving the other person because your heart is blocked and you don't know how to get that amount of intimacy, right? So you're craving a lot of sexual intimacy. First, I have to heal and forgive my parents. With the Hierophant, I feel like this is definitely about the parental figure. With the Hierophant, this is a hard lesson that your person is learning as of now, is again and again choosing fear over love. And I feel like your person has done this so many times that they're really embarrassed. I keep hearing this from spirit, that they're really embarrassed. I'm getting Piscean energy, so this is a lot about deep contemplation. With the Neptune, Neptune is a lot about sort of like a dream and ascent kind of an energy. Like what they're thriving off is this energy. The only thing is real is love. Like they're thriving off the idea that they will get to be with you. So it's almost like what's getting them through is, your love almost. Or I'd rather say their love for you. What's actually getting them through is their love for you. I want to heal from my rejection wounds. I feel like clapping right now because this is like really good. It's sort of like it just reconfirms what I've been saying. So, like, you could probably clap for yourself and your counterpart. Um, the way you love me makes me so sure that you're the one for me. I'm getting this over the Seven of Swords. So it's almost like your person underestimates, or there's an energy of testing your love, because your person has not been loved and they have a preconceived notion that they're difficult to love. So I feel like your person tests you, and they sort of do this sort of self-sabotaging. And honestly, jokes apart is something that we all do. Even you do that. So I think that's something to take in consideration, that your person does recognize that you are really patient. And again, I keep hearing, yes, spirit, we get that. Like your person feels really sad about it. And I am not laughing because, I don't feel compassion, but I think that this is your person's energy, like defense mechanism of laughing about things. That could also be you. I'm planning to come see you. I want to make efforts. So this is with the three of that was Three of Pentacles, yeah. So it's almost like with a pioneer right underneath. This person is thinking of creative ways to, sort of win you back, is what I'm hearing. So this person wants to be solid. I'm getting the King of Pentacles energy. They don't want to play with you. I feel like pile number 3, you need to know that this person never intends to play with you. It's the fears that play with them. That was pretty smooth. I like the energy. It's becoming really lighthearted now. I'm going through many changes right now. I don't know what to say to you. With the Queen of Swords, they're fearful because they don't have the right answers. They don't understand what's going on with them. Sometimes they're fearful, sometimes they're feeling courageous. So they don't know what's going on and they're scared to say anything. So I think that this is that creative energy that's almost like maybe I should just show up because I don't know what to say. Like maybe that would be like, maybe that would be a proof enough that I really, really do want this, and I did, sort of mess things up. So with you, I would do all over again, excuse me, with the Four of Wands. Oh, it's a Two of Wands, and I said Four of Wands. So this person really is getting off. That sounded a little sexual, but they're really getting off the idea that, you guys are going to end up together. That's what's getting through. That's what is getting them through this transformation. I'm getting a little tongue-tied. I have clarity about us. I see who you are to me. And I'm working on past patterns and behaviors that were unfair to you. So again, this is literally just about, your person knowing what they have to do. And we have advice for you, pile number 3 now before we conclude. So we have integrity, be flexible, but also be true to you. Stand by your beliefs and values, others will stand by you and believe in you. We have compassion in reverse. When you show greater compassion towards yourself, the universe automatically responds by showering you with greater blessings. And we have surrender in reverse. There's no point pushing the barrow up such a steep hill. Go back to the start. Surrender your expectations. There's an easier way. When the time is right, a new path will appear. I just spoke about that, right? In the middle somewhere, I spoke about the fact that you really want to go into another separation and then spend some time apart and then realize, oh my God, this is my love. Like, spirit is really pulling your leg. It's almost like, do you really want to fool yourself and think that you don't want this person? I know that they've hurt you, but it doesn't hurt to have a little bit laugh over here, right? And you might be in pain, and I completely sympathize with you and your person, because your person deserves that compassion as well. So I just want to say that, the more that you will have compassion for yourself in this situation where you've been hurt by this person and you understand that you can get through, you will develop more passion for this person as well. And if you have a little bit of, what I'd say is like, I would say, anger towards yourself, like you couldn't trust your instincts, you know that you shouldn't have taken this person back, you always knew that this person has shown you their true colors, why do I trust this person? I'm hearing that sort of thing. And it's almost like you need to forgive yourself, because it's not that you didn't do what was required to do over here. You went with your heart, but don't punish yourself for going along with your heart. I'm feeling some sort of like it takes two to tango from spirit, but it's almost like forgive this person and still be in your integrity, okay? Sort of like, this grace and generosity, still lead with your grace, okay? So maybe you can learn how to take care of yourself before you try to be in a relationship and sort of, promise each other to take care of each other, because you can't do that unless and until you can take care of yourself, right? So I think you agree with me on that. And with the surrender, it's a lot about, the basic, just let things play out the way they have. You can't actually control them either ways. So pile number 3, this brings me to the end of your reading. I really do hope that you found a message that was helpful. If you did, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated, and I'm going to see you guys in another one. Bye.